What is love? Is to meet another with the same intensity, at the same level, at the same time. You understand? Isn't it? That's love. I'm not talking of physical love. I'm talking love which is not desire, which is not pleasure. To meet somebody with that same intensity, right? With the same sense of time in the sense of, and with the same passion. That is love. Now, if there is that love in another, and you have this quality of mind which is silent, there is communication, right? Without word. That is a communication which is really communion. Complete sharing of something which is not capable of being put into words. The moment you are put into words, it's gone. Because the word is not the thing.
Love is patient and kind, but it can't love evil. Love is hopeful and never gives up, but it can't accept what is truly harmful. Love keeps no record of wrongs, but it can't ignore what comes against truth. Love does not demand its own way, but it doesn't pull away from God. Love does not betray what is true. Love is what brings the goodness of God to life, what allows us to see His hands actively working on earth. Despite love being powerful and potent, remember that love does not require you to stray or betray the truth. Most importantly, love is rooted in God, the hierarchy of love that leads to God, the most pure source. If your love isn't being directed to its source, then your love has taken the wrong course. It is deceived by what it believes is the source.
Economics means that the use of time and energy. Okay. And the racists, when they looked around at the people that they classified as non-white, they decided, well, one thing, we will have domination over the way that they use their time and energy. And all of these areas of activity are interrelated. Mm-hmm. Economics is interrelated with education. Education is interrelated with entertainment. Entertainment is interrelated with labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war. All of these 9 areas are interactive. So, if you're a white supremacist, in order to really be supreme, you have to get control over everything that people do in all of these 9 areas if these people are classified as non-white. And of course, being a supremacist, the supremacist always does the classifying, not the victims. The victims cannot classify themselves without the approval of the white supremacists. So
in 6 months, in a year, we are going to see a spike in the divorce rate because of it. We saw it after the subprime mortgage lending crisis. I was involved as a divorce lawyer even back then, kids, and I can tell you we saw spikes in divorce. Now, what I will tell you is there is some reason to be optimistic, and that is that nothing unites like a common enemy. When someone loses their job or they're going to lose the house, there is also a phenomenon where people go, oh shit, we're going to lose the house if we don't get it together, and it bonds people together. This is also why when people have a baby, they very often bond together in real ways. It's like a Stockholm syndrome that happens where the trauma of what's going on outside makes them go, hey, we got to like align forces and move forward against this common enemy or this common problem that we have together. So again, I know that's going to seem contradictory. In some ways, unemployment, changes in the job market really bad for marriages. Also, sometimes adversity that comes from that can be good for marriages. Unfortunately, that good is usually a short-term good. That's why you see a lot of people getting divorced who have 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds, and then they have slightly older kids, because that other kid was the Hail Mary pass to try to keep this marriage together and unite us with the endorphins and dopamine rush that we had when we first had that first baby. And now all you really did was bought yourself another 6 months or a year.
This is probably going to be my most controversial video ever. My name is Brother Legend, and I'm here to raise your consciousness. Within the context of racism, white supremacy, black love does not exist. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, 2 black people can be in love and in a relationship, but the idea of love that exists in Disney movies does not exist in our community. To a victim of white supremacy, love and justice are one and the same. You also cannot have love without having justice. So let's define this. What is justice? Justice is guaranteeing that no one is mistreated and that someone that needs help the most gets the most constructive help. Justice lays the foundation for love, and you cannot have justice in the same environment that is hostile towards non-white people. Because of the hostility in our environment, when 2 black people are in love emotionally, the first thing they have to think about is survival. We don't get the luxury of just saying, I enjoy this person, they make me feel good, let's be together. Instead, because of the conditions of our community under oppression, we first have to think, can I trust this person with my finances, with my future, with my health, and so on. Even arguments you see online where people are talking about going 50-50 on rent is evidence that before we even get into a relationship, we're already thinking about how we're going to be able to keep a roof above our heads. When 2 people come together in a way conducive to their survival, in an environment hostile to them being together, it is a revolutionary act. But they're not lovers, they're comrades.
I said, we are at a realm right now that ultimately we don't supposed to really become so comfortable and satisfied in the love that we have on this realm, because this thing that we have gone into is not like a regular relationship. We're not dying and getting old gracefully. This is a love that's in a transition. So it is up here, and it's going to always be up here, and it's never going to be that satisfying down here, because it's not that type of love. It's a love that's in transition. It's a love that is forever unfolding. So we got to get out of all of these last human experiences of what we might say is the perfect relationship, mostly taught to us by Europeans now who have never had a perfect relationship. You see what I'm saying? And we got to get out of these particular concepts to understand, to give this thing a chance to develop into something else. And right after that, I got in touch with her mama. And I'm on the phone with her, and she's just tickled to death saying, y'all rapping like a motherfucker. She said, I said, yeah, I'm rapping. Because she understands on the spirit realm that this was a spirit that I'm reconnecting with outside of the mother's physical body. You see what I'm saying? And the mother starts, and she's starting to heal. You see what I'm saying? Because her soul, which, if it doesn't get a certain amount of things down here, it goes so dormant for years, then it will exit. That's what you have death when there's no more purpose, as they say in the Matrix, a will to live. Right. But because of the connection, they say, well, if I got to be here for a minute to connect with him on the physical realm, I might as well heal this body. So we're dealing with things here that is above. We're taking this to the next level because we're the only people that can do it. Black folks.
This is a pretty crazy fact. I asked ChatGPT why women file divorce at such a higher rate than men, and it said unmet emotional needs, unequal household and emotional labor, more financial independence, and women tend to have higher expectations in a relationship.
There's 3 things you don't ask for. You never ask for respect, you never ask for an apology, and you never ask for love. Ever.
Okay.
From anybody. Ever. Don't let those words ever come out of your mouth that you ask somebody to respect you. Respect comes from yourself. It doesn't come from somebody else.
other people can be discourteous and all like that, that's on them. That has nothing to do with you. You don't care what they say. Let them shout, curse, throw things at the walls, whatnot. I mean, that's their business.
Some other things to free you up. Sisters, you got to rebel against what you call love and romance. That's your vice. That's the cult that you in, and that's why you fail with it. Love and romance is some shit that was invented for the white man because he doesn't have a spirit to feel, so he has to show that he feels by telling. To really love a person is to never tell a person you love them. Try it. Now, my mate, I never tell my mate I love her. You see what I'm saying? A dog don't have to validate being a dog. You don't have to tell your goddamn mama you love her. Or your sister you love her. That's why this shit come out corny. It don't sound right. You understand what I'm saying? But see, people ain't never told you this before. So to tell your woman you love her, that's why a nigga can say what all a nigga got to do, a hard head, I'm saying. All he got to do to get over on a woman is master the love thing. I love you. See what I'm saying? It's fake. It's phony. It never existed. So you're looking for love in the wrong damn places, and it has nothing to do with romance. I never tell my mate I love her. And we the best friends at all. We never argue. We haven't argued in over a damn year. Never hardly argue. But I don't tell her I love her. It's a difference. You see what I'm saying? Some things are given. Certain things. So when you cut down on the fake thing, the energy, your energy automatically knows. You understand what I'm saying? She automatically knows. So if I see her walking down the street with a nigga, a hardhead, I don't get jealous and all because I already know the energy. I know that she's just talking to that particular person as another human being. You understand what I'm saying? So this is some things we're going to get into, to dismantle this mythology of love. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. It's all European shit. They had to teach this devil how to express his feelings. It was a therapeutic thing for him because he's a psychopath. Now you stuck into this shit with Harlequin romance and all, and that's why the sisters is all fucked up in the head. Because the simple fact they can't figure them out. You don't, no nigga don't supposed to tell you he love you. You see what I'm saying? And once you become, once you understand what true love is, then you won't have this problem anymore. That's what's going on, you see. It's all fake.
We can be ourselves then, right?
Yeah. Just be yourself. Romance. What's the first word romance come from? Rome. Look like Rome. Now what is the Romans? The Romans are responsible for one thing in history: killing people. That's the only thing they ever did in history, is kill mugs. Well, so how can a person that is the mass murderers of world history have the key to your happiness when it comes to your fucking mate? Think about it. How idiotic is flowers? Think about it. You should never doggone feel fine about somebody giving you flowers. That's because you've been programmed. See, they start from a little child, and they program you to accept things. If I program you to like shit, a hunk of shit, by the time you get damn 19, if I gave you a Hershey's bar, I gave you a hunk of shit, you'd grab the shit. You go all teary-eyed because I gave you a hunk of shit. See where I'm coming from here? It's just a matter of programming. So what they have done is they have domesticated our women, giving you the easy bake oven and all that old bullshit. And they have domesticated us with the doll babies and all that stuff, so you can't break out of that cycle. You're much more advanced than that. You're goddess of the universe. But if you understand the triple goddess, you will see the mother, you will see a celestial god, then you'll see one that didn't hear.
That's right.
Whatever pathologies we both have, black man or black woman, is not indigenous to us. Same bug bit her, bit us. Now that means that certain sisters got issues with black men, certain black men got issues with black women. The problem here is it's a gender thing on why we don't see eye to eye on a certain amount of things. The point I'm trying to make here is, as oppressed people, we are not to sit here and debate on who's more oppressed than other. Oppression is oppression. Bottom goddamn line. They just announced last week that the #1 recipient of AIDS in the community is the black woman. That means that she's slated for genocide. So whether we get into this argument alone, the powers that be are clear on one damn thing. We need to be divided. So my point here is this. I do know this about sisters. I know this about sisters that's innate. They're looking for love. There's a difference. Sometimes you can fall short, but I'm saying, and love comes with communication.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times, we fail to express our true heart. You get them on, I'm telling you about some sisters, I know what I'm talking about.
That's the truth, brother.
If you express your true heart, not some shit that is fictitious about the man's role or the woman's role that's given you by some old jive-ass religions that didn't even exist before 2,000 years ago.
Right.
But if you express and come clean out of this you supposed to do this and this gender shit or these things, and you express your true heart, you will find out that it breaks through all that bullshit, and a lot of times that's what they need is love. On the other hand, that's the same thing that some of the sisters got to do.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? To admit that in actuality we are in a form of warfare, and we can't sit up here and every time somebody make a mistake, we point and say that's the same thing. You niggas ain't this and this type thing. That's divide and conquer. You see what I'm saying? So I'm quite sure, as a humane people, this shouldn't even be discussed on the reason why we don't get along. We know that this thing is contrived because we know one thing we got that more than anything that we know of anything. We weren't this way when we first came here.
That's right.
So out of all the shit we got, if we want to say a solution, we say, well, obviously what humans have done, humans can do. So that means the capacity to do what you want, you still got it because goddamn you didn't come here, nigga.
That's right.
That's right.
Bobby,
That's right.
So on that particular level, we can't get into this thing about what you call it because, yes, now my point here is this here, the example is this. We need to separate ourselves from what the dead people think and what the learned people think.
There you go.
Now, what the learned people think, you as a brother, anybody else supposed to automatically know, well, these are things that was designed to us based on post-traumatic slavery syndrome.
That's right. Artificial program.
Or post-servitude black insanity.
That's right. Artificial program.
So we should know these things as a learned person, and so therefore that shouldn't be the criteria. Now, dead people, you can have a countless examples of how they are and stuff, but that's what they are. They're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They're ignorant, which means you're talking about people that's walking around just completely asleep. Like the movie They Live say, we have been taken over by an artificial intelligence that resembles sleep.
That's right.
So you can't base your model based on a dead person because they're asleep. But we're talking about the people that's got some simulation of consciousness on whatever level. Then it's no excuse. You see, it's no excuse. It is possible. I just re-entered into a new relationship, and guess what? Me and the babe don't even argue. And I'm a person that like to argue. So I know the shit can be done. We don't even have no arguments. You see? So we shouldn't be giving no dissension based on ignorance.
Is this the reason why they...
Love is not about hugging, kissing, or even saying, I love you. Love is about being with people you can be yourself and they can be themselves. Love is about listening and being listened to. Love is about sharing the joys of life and the worries and the pain of life. Love is about caring and being cared for. That is what love is.
Or love, the age-old dilemma. Now, this is a classic hypothetical question that delves into what people value most in life. The choice between money and love often depends on individual priorities, life experiences, and current circumstances. Which would you choose? Ideally, many people would want both. We'll want money for security, and we'll want love to appreciate the material things that we are able to obtain. And I understand that. So there's no right or wrong answer. But when we ask this question, what we're really getting to is what people value most. You're never going to have enough money because the people that make the money control how much it's worth. Now, will we ever have enough money? Who knows? In recent times, now this is what's so deep about what Neely Fuller said. He stated in the 70s, guys, They control what money is. He didn't even live, he lived to see it. He was an old man by then, but he said that before Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all of this stuff was a thing. So everybody that's basing their hope on they're going to save enough money, if you save enough money, or if you get enough money, you'll be free. I'm not going to say that you're wrong, because I'm not here to, I don't know. But what I would say is that all of the great thinkers that came before us tried it and they still failed. I doubt you have more money or gold than a pharaoh in Egypt. And the pharaohs in Egypt lost their empire. I doubt you will ever have more money than the pharaohs in Egypt that buried themselves with gold and their empire still failed. So if money was enough, why did their empire fall? Why did Greece fall? Why did Rome fall? Yes, I wanted to know, how can I get a more fulfilling relationship? What am I doing wrong? Guys are taught to date and to be with as many women as possible. And as a result, this can have very negative consequences for us. We can have multiple offsprings with different women. We can have our financial situation put at risk, our safety and security put at risk. If we don't make certain payments, we could end up in prison because of the government forcing us to pay. Women, their safety and security is at risk too. Women could lose their life during childbirth. They're vulnerable. How can a woman get up and go to work and she has a baby in her belly? You feel what I'm saying? So men need women. We need each other.